couple years ago, we started talking about this. Wouldn't it be fun to see a Donald Trump, Joe Biden matchup in the general election? Did we not predict how fun that was going to be?
It would be fun.
Yesterday, we got a little taste of how fun that's going to. We're a year and a half away from the general election, and already in one day, President Trump called Biden a dummy, a loser, and mentally weak. Bless his heart. I love it. I mean, I shouldn't. I know that's bad of me. I'm probably a bad person, but I loved it. I can't imagine Ronald Reagan saying, well, that Joe Biden is a dummy. This is the only person in the world who, as president of the United States, would call somebody a dummy.
Now, it's only fun if Joe Biden swipes back with something just as ridiculously unpresidential.
Yes, and we have some of that. Here's a little exchange back and forth yesterday.
Tonight, a split-screen moment and a possible preview of the general election.
He says, let's make America great again. Let's make America America again.
Sleepy Joe.
Beautiful.
He's a sleepy guy.
Former Vice President Joe Biden courting voters in the country's first caucus state, looking past his more than 20 Democratic opponents and setting his sights squarely on the current commander-in-chief.
I believe that the president is literally an existential threat to America.
Today, the president taking shots just before leaving on his own trip to Iowa, a state he won in 2016.
When a man has to mention my name 76 times in a speech, that means he's in trouble.
Are you elevating Joe Biden by continually attacking him?
No, I'd rather run against, I think, Biden than anybody. I think he's the weakest mentally. And I like running against people that are weak mentally.
Oh, I love this.
That's just some fun.
I love
right
this.
there. Isn't that great?
I think Biden, he's got something with the sleepy. It's going to turn into something.
Yeah, he does.
Because Biden is making Donald Trump look like he's 20 years old.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And Biden is kind of taking advantage of the fact that Trump is taking advantage of the fact that Biden is so old, even though he's only 4 years younger. But I think it's working. I think it's working.
It is because he is, and I've never noticed this before about Joe, but I think, when you start to slip, it can go fast. And I think he's starting to be like, well, you remember when Ronald Reagan first got into office, he wasn't like that.
Yeah.
By the time he got out of office, you could see the toll it had taken, and his age had started to kick in. And it wasn't that he was senile; it was just that it was a little uncomfortable at times. He'd go, and then he would have a great line, but you could see that he was aging. Joe Biden is, to me, looks like he's just starting to fall apart.
I think too. I mean, Biden has always done this quiet voice thing. No matter how much energy he's had, it's always been like one of his shticks where he'll just get really quiet as if he's saying something really profound when it's really not much of anything.
Yeah.
And I think he's doing it even.
May I just interject that nothing is ever profound when it's followed by man.
Right. That is that's his plain talking sort of shtick.
It's middle class Joe.
Yeah.
He's middle class people use the word man all the time.
And he thinks that if he says it,
he's middle class, like if he just stepped out of the Scooby-Doo mystery van. I mean, he's like 1972 middle class, man.
But he's doing it more, I think, because he wants to contrast himself. He wants to see everybody in that race is trying to show themselves as this, with the exception of maybe Sanders, is trying to show themselves as this super balanced, calm intellectual because they think it just is a good contrast with Trump. And where Biden, I think, probably his strength is to be more like Trump, right? Like he's the type of person that will come out and he can maybe throw some insults at you, and he does that stuff a lot. He's supposed to be the likable guy, right? I don't know that he is, but that's supposed to be his shtick, and he's trying to do this other weird, dramatic thing. And you're right, so far, I don't think it's working at all.
And how dare you, when you're part of the team that started the fundamental transformation of the United States of America, how dare you say we're going to make America America again? You're the ones, you're part of the team that started tearing that apart.
Yeah. I mean, there's a new story out today that Biden is saying that Trump wants to rewrite the limits of the presidency. Who are you? You just spent 8 years doing that. Joe Biden is going to lecture us on too much presidential power. Are you kidding me? And then he also said he was going to cure cancer, which is, if he gets elected,
that was a bizarre one, isn't it?
Yeah, if he gets elected, Joe Biden we're going to cure cancer. That's going to be the big takeaway of his presidency.
Really?
Which I would say
that's a good promise.
Yeah, we used to do that as a joke. Remember, we would run fake candidates like Ernie Velveeta and Harold Flemlasky, and they would all promise to cure cancer. Now Joe Biden's really doing it.
I mean, it's like Donald Trump will never build that wall. I don't know. That's pretty simple compared to curing cancer. I think he can get that one done. I'm not so sure Joe Biden. And what is Joe? He's got a new chemistry set he's going to set up on the Resolute desk. Shh, quiet. I'm close. I just have to pour this beaker into this other beaker.
It's like basically what it is. I mean, we really did. I want to say, we have to go back and find this now. One of those guys, whether it was Harold Flemlasky or Ernie Velveeta, said if you elect him, he will cure cancer, but he won't tell you how until you elect him, which was his big strategy. I think Biden's
and that's
trying
why it
to
hasn't been cured yet.
We need to start doing that. That he's gonna that Joe Biden is gonna cure cancer. He's already cured it, really. You just have to elect him before he'll tell you how he's going to cure it. It's fantastic.
We used to joke about it. He's now doing speeches. This is the front runner in the race is doing speeches about if you elect him, he'll cure cancer. That's a real thing happening right now. That's amazing.
Do you think does he have some information from scientists that they're a year away?
But that wouldn't have anything to do with him being elected. Scientists are like, I'm not working unless Biden wins. Like, that's not a thing scientists do, to my knowledge.
I don't think so.
I think he's probably saying, I'm going to dump a bunch of money into the research, right? I guess that's what he's promising.
Maybe.
That's what actors say they're going to do. I'm not working unless you change this law. Mm-hmm. I mean, are actors and scientists any different? I mean, I certainly hope so, but I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure.